Elaine, who is a well-liked co-star in the liked key TV show Good Bones, was well known for her sense of humor and her enthusiasm for transforming otherwise run-down properties into dream homes alongside her daughter Mina Starak. However, once she departed the program in 2019, viewers were left wondering what happened to the DIY queen who was so well liked by them. Rumors circulated, but the reality was more intimate than many people were aware of at the time. Following her departure from the public eye, Karen has moved her attention to a new line of work and a more private existence. The issue that has to be answered is, what factors led to her choice to quit the program, and what is she doing at the moment? Come have some tea with us as we reveal the truth about what actually transpired with the home improvement queen. Without first addressing the reasons behind Karen's departure from Good Bones, it is hard to talk about what happened to her. In spite of the fact that it debuted in 2016, the show rapidly became a favorite among viewers. Within a short period of time, the hosts frequently took significantly different approaches to the refurbishment process. Mina concentrated on fashionable designs that were also favorable to the budget, whilst Karen worked with uncommon materials in inventive ways. In spite of the divergences between them, they were able to strike a balance and establish a strong relationship. Because of their chemistry, the show received a lot of positive ratings. On the other hand, the spectators were not privy to the tense connection that existed between the mother and the daughter behind the scenes. Even before the television show Good Bones became a huge success, Mina and Karen's relationship was already fraught with tension. During an episode of a podcast, Mina said that the animosity had its beginnings when she was a youngster, and that it only became more intense when they began working together on television. Karen was obviously devastated when her daughter disclosed in a public forum the specifics of their family problems through the medium of a podcast, particularly the scathing criticism that she received on her parenting and character. The formerly joyful on-screen chemistry between them took a tumble as a result of this, which ultimately resulted in uncomfortable times throughout the filming process. They continued to experience this until the last season, when their relationship reached a point of full and utter tension. According to Starak, a heated dispute broke out during the opening of the 8th season, which eventually escalated into a brawl that culminated in a knockdown and drag-out. There are a number of people who believe that the heated argument was a factor in Karen's decision to leave Good Bones. Nevertheless, there is another issue at play, and that is the fact that she is having financial difficulties. During the time that the show was being broadcast, the hosts started to feel the effects of budgetary restraints, which had an impact on the atmosphere on set. An observer made the observation that Mina appeared to be in a state of anger while she was appearing on the show. Following the conclusion of the show, Mina made use of her podcast as a platform to discuss the challenges she encountered throughout the last season. In one of the episodes of her podcast, she disclosed that after her mother resigned from 2 chicks and a hammer in 2019, she became the sole owner of the firm, which meant that she was responsible for all of the financial risk. It was her responsibility to handle everything that went on behind the scenes, even if her mother and her siblings were receiving compensation for their labor on the program. In addition, Mina disclosed that she was responsible for covering all expenditures on her own, including payments to contractors, workers' compensation, and property management expenses. As a result of all of these financial obligations, she found it impossible to relax and enjoy the filming process like the rest of the casting team. In spite of the hostility that existed inside the workplace, the family was always able to maintain a cordial demeanor around holidays and other family events. However, this changed in 2023 when Mina made the decision to not invite Karen and other of her siblings to the birthday party that her son Jack was celebrating. The decision that Mina made caused some people to raise their eyebrows, and some of those who listened to her advised her to make amends with her family, telling her that blood is thicker than water. On the other hand, she made it very evident that the problems were more intricate than they appeared to be. Her mother and 2 of her brothers, Tad and William, who were regulars on the program, were not on good terms with her, she revealed. Tad and William were one of her brothers. Since she left Good Bones, Karen has had a number of changes in her life, beginning with her living condition and her work. These changes have occurred apart from the conflict that has arisen within her family. Karen announced that she had acquired a new little home in Greenfield, Indiana, by posting a video to her Instagram profile on January 17, 2025. The video was the announcement of her purchase. As I sit here in my little abode in Greenfield, I can't help but notice who is present. All of the LCS guys, including Corey, are present. Each and every one of them is present here. LCS is something that you guys need to be aware of because, oh, my furnace malfunctioned and they arrived the next day. This came about as a result of her sudden decision to put down for sale her Wilmington house that had just undergone renovation. In the video, she was shown standing next to another television personality, Corey Miller, and declaring that the two of them would be collaborating on the renovation of her new house in Indiana. In addition, she disclosed that she had accepted a full-time position in Greenfield and that she was concerned with ensuring that the new property was everything that she had envisioned it to be. That Karen put her whole heart into the 585-square-foot home in Wilmington is something that everyone who followed her, following the conclusion of Good Bones, would agree with. She envisioned it as a vibrant refuge for her grandchildren, a place where they could come with her and create memories together. On the other hand, as time went on, she came to the realization that being apart from her family in Indiana was not where she actually desired to be. In 2024, when the news surfaced that the property in Wilmington had been advertised for $500,000, her followers were taken aback by her sudden choice to sell the investment property. When Karen was asked about it on Instagram, she provided a straightforward explanation. The fact that she had 5 grandchildren living in Indianapolis who were not there when she purchased the property in Wilmington shifted the balance of power in a different manner. There are a lot of people who will agree that Karen is good at performing house renovations, but the same cannot be said of her relationships. It is common knowledge that she and Roger Rominger first met in 2015, despite the fact that she maintains the privacy of her personal life. She started posting pictures of him on her social media profiles a few months after they had first laid eyes on one another. After a period of 2 years, they started posting postings on Facebook and Instagram that were filled with affection. Roger appeared on Good Bones, a show that airs on the HGTV, for a few episodes when they were married. You would like to go to M-Chick's farm, not? I am grateful to you. However, by the beginning of 2022, their relationship had reached a difficult point. On April 26, 2022, Karen and Roger reportedly submitted a joint petition for legal separation, which was reviewed and authorized on April 29, 2022. This occurred 3 days after the petition was submitted. After a period of 9 months, the former couple went back to court once more, this time seeking that their marriage be completely dissolved. Mina's podcast rekindled tensions between them, which ultimately led to Karen moving forward with the divorce process, despite the fact that everything appeared to be fixed between them. It has been reported that on the 12th of October in 2023, her divorce proceedings had already begun. According to the findings, their relationship had been worsening ever since Karen withdrew from the television shows Good Bones and 2 Chicks and a Hammer in the year 2019. On the podcast What's Up Wilmington, which was broadcast before the end of October 2023, Karen made an appearance to talk about her retirement and the reasons why she did not go through with the plans in 2019. A goodbye message was sent out by 2 Chicks and a Hammer in honor of Karen's retirement. In the letter, it was mentioned that Karen was looking forward to spending time with Roger and working on do-it-yourself projects. As a result of the divorce and her severe seasickness, her plans for retirement, which included spending time with Roger and sailing, do not appear to have been successful. On the other hand, Roger was not the only circumstance that altered her intentions for retirement. During the podcast, Karen made a lighthearted admission that her children and the ever-increasing number of grandchildren also had a part in the situation. Although Karen may have gained more free time as a result of her departure from the program, It is still a wonder how she manages to satisfy all of her obligations while also maintaining a healthy relationship with her family. At the moment, Karen is concentrating on a charitable organization that she established after she left the entertainment industry. By establishing the nonprofit known as Indie Home, she is able to give something back to the city that she adores called Indianapolis. Karen asserts that the purpose of the Indie Home program is to address the issue of homelessness in the Indianapolis metro area. For a number of years, she had been restoring derelict buildings into lovely residences. Nevertheless, the purpose of her charitable organization was to assist those who were without a place to call home. During an interview, she elaborated on how Indie Home adheres to the housing first paradigm, which places an emphasis on securing secure housing before resolving other difficulties. In light of the fact that many housing programs require applicants to fulfill certain requirements before being granted residence, she admitted that this approach is sometimes regarded as contentious. Depending on the situation, individuals may be required to give up their pets, abandon loved ones, or comply to stringent laws. Karen is of the opinion that this technique puts up hurdles that are not essential. Additionally, she makes the point that when individuals are forced to give up their loved ones or their pets in order to purchase a house, they are likely to be resistant to living in a house. On the other hand, Indie Home places a higher priority on providing people with a safe and secure place to live, which serves as a foundation for them to reconstruct their life. Karen is a firm believer in the concept that addressing a person's most fundamental requirement, which is to have a place to call home, may result in genuine transformation. She is certain that she will be able to leave an indelible mark on the community if she places a high priority on safety and consistency when she makes decisions.